Joe, RX Healthy Habits here, coming at you from my kitchen again. And in this video, we're going to cover a different topic than I told you about for video 3. I was going to go through and show you some of the different prepackaged meal replacement snacks that I use that are portion controlled. Instead of doing that and talking to some of my friends, neighbors, people at work, I found that there's some real objections and some pushback to some people that they have about prepackaged or portion controlled snacks. And I want to go through those objections because I think if you're going to be successful with smart snacking, especially if you're doing it for weight management, weight control, you're going to have to really rely on some prepackaged products, I believe, for several reasons. So we're going to hit that head on. And also, I got to tell you, the reason why I'm talking about these prepackaged portion controlled snacks is because this is how I got to ideal body weight. When I decided to go on a course to lose weight, I had to lose 40 pounds. Did it in 3 months. And it was on a program that my wife and I teach. And one of the things we realized after we got to normal weight is there was always a place in our diet, if you want to call it our daily healthy eating, not diet, but our daily healthy eating, for prepackaged portion control snacks, especially traveling, going to work. So I kept them. That doesn't mean I excluded other type of snacks that I covered in the last video. So I'm going to go through and talk about some of the objections. And one of the ones that I hear from people is, well, you know what? If I'm going to snack, I want to snack on real food. I don't want packaged stuff that you have. That it kind of seems like I'd really have the real thing. Well, prepackaged portion control food is real food. It does have the macros, protein, carbs, and fat. Typically, it's usually very well labeled. But here's the thing: I understand totally that you want to do that, and you should, as I said, I do myself. But you also have to be really smart if you're going to do that about the calorie contents in what you're eating, and also you have to know about portion control. You're going to have to weigh out, or at least measure initially in the beginning, what that snack's going to be like. So, of course, I have some of my usual ones here that I think I talked about last time. Here's my celery sticks with peanut butter. I got my faves, which are my raspberries and blueberries, and of course, I'm a big pistachio and nut kind of guy. So, got those. Real food? Absolutely. The dietitians will tell you that you really need to think about whatever you do long term is find a way to pick the right choices. And you get the macros and micros, but you also get the fiber. It's all important. But that's not to the exclusion of using prepackaged. So let's go through and talk about that next objection, which some people give to me about prepackaged, which is taste. Now, I personally consume a lot of tasty prepackaged or portion control snacks, and I have over 120 different items that I can choose from, and so I know that taste is an important thing. But here's the thing I got to tell you about this objection, and I just want to address this. We got to stop thinking about when you're snacking it's about a taste or a sensual experience of the flavor, because here's what happens. If that's the case, then you're going to gravitate towards Snickers bars, Skittles, M&Ms, donuts. I mean, that's powerful explosive flavors. And the downside of that is if you train yourself to be looking for that kind of experience with food, it can be a problem because you're going to be seeking those out in lieu of healthier choices. Now, I got to tell you though, there's times that you're going to want to maybe have some, and usually the rule of thumb is 3 small bites. But understand that taste is something that you're going to have to start to think about. Smart snacking is not the main goal of the snack, okay? Here's the other thing that I hear a lot about. I don't want to do portion control. They're prepackaged because I'm worried about burning out eating the same thing. I understand that totally, and that's why what I've always done is force myself to balance out and have maybe 12 or 15 different types that I go for, that I rotate, but also, and again, in between sprinkling in some prepared snacks from home. It takes a little bit more time and effort, but you sprinkle those in and you don't get burnout. The biggest one that I hear all the time is cost. Now, I can buy my snacks, Joe, and I can make them myself in my kitchen or prepare them, and I can do it at a lot less money. Well, here's a couple things about that. When you factor in for the cost of what it takes for you to go to the store, buy it, prepare it, and then when you factor in spoilage, and when you factor in storage, when you start going through all the factors that it takes to get that snack that you're going to buy and supposedly save money on, there's a couple of factors you got to consider. Now, I know for quality snacks, you're looking at about $2.50 to $3 per snack if it's going to be one that's prepackaged. And I just was at the store today and I picked up a couple things. I don't particularly use these myself, but a really low carb, high protein snack. A couple of these products out there, they have like one's got 20 grams, one's got 16 grams of protein and only 4 grams of carbs. Good choice. Guess what? $2.70, $2.60. So cost for prepackaged sometimes, if it's going to be a quality product, is going to be up there. But the cost of making your own snacks is not always going to be cheaper. And the last thing about cost is what's your time worth when it comes to you making those. But secondarily, what's your convenience factor like? A lot of times when I'm out the door in the morning, I don't have time besides just grab something I can bring to work and throw in the drawer. And if I get a minute, I can peel a wrapper and eat it. Or I can open some up, throw in the microwave for a minute and eat it if I want something hot. So I hope some of those helps. Some of those answers, those objections helps, because when I started to realize just how valuable prepackaged things were, especially when I was on the go, it really came up and made my life a lot simpler. Now, what's the big takeaway from this? And then I'm going to give you a bonus tip. But what's the big takeaway from the whole thing? Ideally, you want to balance your snacking, smart snacks with foods like whole foods, like we just showed here, with prepackaged or portion controlled. Why? Because you're going to find that you're going to be able to be much more effective at staying out of the weeds when it comes to over snacking on the wrong percentage of macros. It's going to be the balance that you need. And then the last thing is, I guess the bonus takeaway that I tell you is, what you really need to think about is, are you spending money on snack foods, or are you investing in your health? And I believe, from my standpoint, that when you buy prepackaged portion control, that's an investment in your health. And it's really the same as going to the grocery store and spending money, except for the fact that this food is going to be more shelf stable. But secondarily, how important is it for you to spend the money on the right, healthy, smart snacks? That includes what you buy in the grocery store, that you make yourself, and also portion control. So in the next video, I'm going to get into some specifics about what I like. And if you want to jump on some of these, you can. If not, then you can also start seeking in the stores for some of the things you want. But I like knowing that I can get predictable amount of protein, carbs, and fat. And I like to know I get the variety that I want. So next video, looking forward to talking to you. Healthy snacking.